My child, pause for a moment. Before you scroll, before your thoughts pull you away again, stop right here and breathe. Because this moment is not random. You are here because I have drawn you here. I see you, not the version of you that smiles in front of others, not the version that pretends everything is fine, but the real you. The one who feels tired without knowing why. The one who carries thoughts too heavy to explain. The one who has been strong for too long. I see that weight. You have been holding everything together, trying not to break, trying not to fall, trying to keep going, even when your strength felt like it was slipping away. And yet, you are still here. Do you understand what that means? It means I have been holding you, even when you thought you were holding yourself. It means the strength you felt in your weakest moments was not your own. It was mine. There were nights you felt alone, but I was there. There were moments you stayed silent, but I heard every unspoken word. There were tears you hid, but I counted every single one. Nothing about your pain has gone unnoticed. Nothing about your struggle has been ignored. You may feel like no one understands, but I understand completely. I know the thoughts that circle your mind late at night. I know the fears you don't speak out loud. I know the questions you keep asking, wondering if things will ever change. And I am telling you now, they will. But not always in the way you expect. Because healing does not always come loudly. Sometimes it begins quietly, deep within your heart, where no one else can see. Right now, even as you listen, something inside you is shifting. You may not feel it fully yet, but peace is already making its way into the places that once held pain. I am touching the wounds you thought would never heal. I am restoring the parts of you that felt broken beyond repair. You are not beyond healing. You are not too far gone. You are not forgotten. My child, you never were. Let go of the idea that you have to carry everything alone. You were never meant to live that way. Bring your burdens to me, not when you feel stronger, not when everything is fixed, but exactly as you are right now. With your doubts, with your fears, with your questions. You don't need perfect words. You only need honesty. Because I do not reject broken hearts, I move toward them. I do not turn away from pain. I enter into it with you. So stop hiding. Stop pretending. You don't have to be strong every moment. There is strength in surrender. There is healing in letting go. And there is peace waiting for you if you allow yourself to receive it. Even now, I am calming the storm inside you. Even now, I am lifting the weight off your chest. Even now, I am reminding you that your story is not over. What feels like an ending is only a turning point. What feels like loss is making space for restoration. What feels like silence is preparation. You are still becoming. You are still growing. You are still being guided, even when you cannot see the path clearly. Trust me in this moment. Not because everything makes sense, but because I see what you cannot. I know where this road leads. And it does not end in your pain. It leads to peace. It leads to healing. It leads to a version of you that is stronger, deeper, and more whole than before. So stay with me a little longer. Do not rush away from this moment. Let these words settle into your heart. Let this peace begin to take root inside you. And if something within you is already beginning to feel lighter, even just a little, then acknowledge it. If you feel this message speak into your heart, type YES in the comments. Not for me, but as a step of faith for yourself, a small declaration that you are ready to receive healing. Stay until the end of this journey, because what I am about to unfold in the next parts will guide you, strengthen you, and help you walk through what you are facing in your life right now. And if these words brought even a moment of peace into your heart, then support this message, so it can reach someone else who is silently struggling. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this today, and subscribe so you don't miss what I will speak into your life next. And if you feel moved, you can also support this ministry through the link below. so this light can continue reaching hearts around the world. Now stay with me, because this is only the beginning. My child, listen closely. There is something you have been misunderstanding about this season of your life. You thought the silence meant I was absent. You thought the waiting meant I had forgotten you. You thought the delay meant nothing was happening. But I tell you this now, with truth and certainty. I have been working in every moment you thought was empty. Nothing in your life is wasted. Not the delays, not the disappointments, not even the pain you wish had never happened. I use it all. Even now, the situation that confuses you, the one you keep thinking about, the one that feels unresolved, I am already moving within it. You are looking for visible change, but I am doing invisible work. I am preparing you, strengthening you, shaping your heart in ways you cannot yet see. Because if I gave you everything too soon, without preparing you first, it would not bless you, it would break you. So I slow things down, not to deny you, but to develop you. Think about this. How many times have you asked for something, and later realized you were not ready for it at that time? How many times did you look back and say, now I understand why it didn't happen before? This moment is no different. You may not understand it today, but one day you will look back and see my hand in everything. You will see how I protected you from what you could not see. You will see how I guided you even when the path felt unclear. You will see how I carried you when you felt like giving up. Right now, your focus is on what is missing, but I want you to shift your attention to what is being built. Because something is being built inside you. Strength that does not break under pressure. Faith that does not depend on circumstances. Peace that remains even in uncertainty. These things cannot be rushed. They are formed in silence. They are formed in waiting. They are formed in moments like the one you are in right now. So do not despise this season. Do not rush through it. Do not compare your journey to someone else's path, because what I am doing in you is specific, intentional, and deeply personal. My child, you are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be for what is coming next. Even when it feels slow, I am still on time. Even when it feels uncertain, I am still in control. Even when it feels quiet, I am still speaking. But you must learn to hear me beyond noise. Not everything I say comes loudly. Sometimes I speak in stillness. Sometimes I speak through peace. Sometimes I speak through a gentle knowing, deep within your heart. Have you felt that before? That quiet sense that something is shifting, even if you cannot explain it? That is me. Do not ignore it. Do not doubt it. That is my presence, guiding you forward. And I know there are moments when your thoughts become heavy, moments when doubt tries to take over, moments when fear whispers, what if nothing changes? But listen carefully. Fear speaks in uncertainty. I speak in assurance. Fear tells you, you are alone. I remind you, I am with you. Fear tells you, it's too late. I tell you, it is not finished. Fear tells you, you are not enough. I tell you, you are being transformed. So when those thoughts come, do not accept them as truth. Return to my voice. Return to my promises. Return to this knowing that I am already working things out, even when you cannot see the outcome yet. You are not stuck. You are being positioned. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. You are not failing. You are being refined. And refinement is not always comfortable, but it is always purposeful. So breathe again. Release the pressure you have been placing on yourself. You do not have to figure everything out today. You do not have to control every outcome. You only need to trust, step by step, because I am not asking you to see the whole path. I am asking you to take the next step with me, and I will guide you one moment at a time. Even now I am calming your thoughts. Even now I am bringing clarity where there was confusion. Even now I am reminding you that you are held, supported, and never alone. So stay with me. Do not leave this moment too quickly. Let this truth settle inside you. Let this peace grow stronger than your fear. And if something in your heart is beginning to understand this, even just a little, then respond. If you trust that I am working, even in the silence, type "I trust you" in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because each part is being given to guide you, strengthen you, and help you walk through your real-life struggles with clarity and peace. There is more I want to show you, more I want to restore, more I want to place within your heart. So do not stop here. Continue with me. Because what is ahead will change how you see everything. My child, come closer. There is something within you that I want to gently uncover today. You have been holding on longer than you should, holding on to past pain, holding on to words that hurt you, holding on to moments that you wish had gone differently. And without realizing it, those things have been holding you back. You tell yourself you have moved on. You tell yourself you are fine, but deep inside, there are still places that feel tight, heavy, and unresolved. I see those places, and I do not want you to carry them anymore, because what you hold on to shapes how you live. When you hold on to hurt, it becomes weight. When you hold on to fear, it becomes limitation. When you hold on to regret, it becomes a chain that keeps you stuck in the past. And I did not create you to live that way. You were created to move forward. You were created to grow, to heal, to step into new life. But you cannot fully step into what is ahead if your hands are still tightly holding on to what is behind. So today, I'm inviting you into something powerful: release. Not because what happened did not matter, but because you matter more than what happened. There are memories that still bring pain when you think about them. There are voices from your past that still echo in your mind. There are moments where you felt rejected, misunderstood, or not enough, and those moments left marks on your heart. But hear me clearly, those marks do not define you. They are not your identity, they are not your future. They are places where I want to bring healing, but healing requires space, and space comes when you let go. My child, forgiveness is part of that release. And I know this is not easy for you, because you think forgiveness means saying, "It was okay." But that is not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is not approval. Forgiveness is freedom. It is choosing to no longer let that pain control your present. It is choosing to remove the power those moments have over your heart. You are not freeing them. You are freeing yourself. And I am here to help you do that. You do not have to force it all at once. You do not have to pretend it doesn't hurt. You only need to take one step, a willingness to let go, little by little. Even now, I am softening the places in your heart that feel hard. Even now, I am loosening the grip of what you have been holding on to. Even now, I am creating space within you for peace to enter. But there is something else you must release as well: the pressure you place on yourself. You have been expecting too much from yourself. In moments when you needed grace, you judge yourself for not being stronger. You criticize yourself for not healing faster. You question yourself for still struggling. But I am not looking at you with judgment. I am looking at you with compassion. You are growing. You are learning. You are healing, even if it feels slow. So stop speaking against yourself. Stop believing that you are behind. Stop telling yourself that you should be better by now. My child, healing is not a race. It is a journey. And you are moving, even when it feels like you are standing still. Be patient with yourself, the same way I am patient with you. Speak to yourself with kindness, the same way I speak to you, because your inner voice matters. It shapes how you see yourself. And I want you to begin seeing yourself through truth, not through pain. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being restored. You are not weak. You are becoming stronger in ways that cannot be shaken. You are not stuck. You are in the middle of transformation. So release the past. Release the pressure. Release the need to have everything figured out, and step into this moment with me. Because right here, right now, you are safe. You are held. You are guided, and you are deeply loved. There is more ahead of you than what is behind you. There is more healing coming, more peace unfolding, more strength rising within you. But it begins with letting go. So take a breath again, and in your heart, begin to release, not perfectly, not completely, all at once, but honestly. And if you feel ready, even just a little, then respond. If you are choosing to release what has been holding you back, type "I let go" in the comments. Let that be your first step. Stay with this journey until the end, because each message is being placed here to guide you through real healing, not just words, but transformation you can live in your daily life. There is still more I want to show you, more freedom, more clarity, more peace. My child, listen carefully. The greatest battles you are facing right now are not around you. They are within you, in your thoughts, in the quiet conversations you have with yourself that no one else hears. Because your mind is powerful. It can either become a place of peace or a place of pressure, a place of clarity or a place of confusion. And for a long time, your mind has been carrying thoughts that were never meant to stay. Thoughts of doubt, thoughts of fear, thoughts that tell you you are not enough. Thoughts that remind you of past failures, again and again. And slowly, without even realizing it, you began to believe them. But hear me clearly today. Not every thought you have is truth. Just because a thought appears does not mean it belongs. Just because it feels real does not mean it is right. You must learn to recognize the difference between what is true and what is only familiar. Because many of the thoughts that trouble you are not new. They are patterns, repeating cycles, formed over time. Voices you heard in the past, experiences that shaped your thinking, moments that left an impression and stayed longer than they should have. And now, those patterns try to define how you see yourself and your future. But I am calling you into something new, a renewed mind, a different way of thinking, a way that brings life, not heaviness, because transformation does not begin on the outside. It begins within. When your thinking changes, your life begins to change. So let us look at this together. When your mind says, "I can't handle this," I want you to remember, you are not handling it alone. When your mind says, "Nothing will change," I want you to remember, I am always working, even when you cannot see it. When your mind says, "I am not enough," I want you to remember, you are growing, and you are being shaped with purpose. You see, the thoughts you accept become the direction you walk. So choose carefully. You do not have to fight every thought with force. You only need to replace it with truth. Gently, consistently, patiently. This is how renewal happens, not in one moment, but in daily decisions, moment by moment, choosing what you allow to stay. My child, I am not asking you to have a perfect mind. I am asking you to have a guarded one, a mindful one, a peaceful one. When a negative thought comes, pause. Do not immediately believe it. Do not let it take root. Bring it into the light. Ask yourself, is this truth or is this fear? And then return to my voice, because my voice does not accuse you. My voice does not shame you. My voice does not tear you down. My voice builds you, guides you, strengthens you, reminds you of who you are becoming. And the more you listen, the clearer it becomes. But you must make space for it. If your mind is constantly filled with noise, comparison, worry, distraction, it becomes difficult to hear peace. So create moments of stillness. Even if they are small, even if they are brief, sit quietly, breathe slowly, and allow your thoughts to settle. Because in stillness, you begin to hear me more clearly. And when you hear me clearly, confusion begins to fade, clarity begins to rise, peace begins to grow. This is not something far away from you. This is something you can begin right now, even in your current situation, even with everything you are facing. You are not stuck with the same thoughts forever. You are not bound to the same patterns. You can change, you can grow, you can experience peace in your mind. But it begins with awareness. It begins with choosing differently. It begins with allowing me to reshape how you see yourself and your life. So do not be discouraged if it takes time. Do not give up if old thoughts try to return. Change is happening even when it feels slow. Each time you choose truth over fear, you are moving forward. Each time you choose peace over panic, you are growing stronger. Each time you pause, instead of reacting, you are transforming. And I am with you in every step of this process, guiding you, strengthening you, helping you become more grounded, more stable, more at peace. So take another breath and begin again with a new awareness. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who chooses what to believe. And I am here to help you choose what brings life. And if you are ready to begin renewing your mind, even starting today, then respond. Type 1. Choose peace in the comments. Let that be your declaration. Stay with this journey until the end, because what you are learning here is not just for this moment. It is something you can apply in your daily life to experience real change. There is still more ahead, more clarity, more strength, more breakthrough. My child, I know this part of your journey has not been easy. Trust is something that was shaken within you. Not all at once, but slowly, through moments that disappointed you, through situations that did not go the way you hoped, through people who did not show up the way you needed. And without even realizing it, you began to build walls. Not because you wanted to push life away, but because you were trying to protect your heart. You told yourself, I won't expect too much. I won't get too close. I won't trust easily again. And in some ways, it felt safer. But at the same time, it also made your world feel smaller. Because when trust is broken, it does not just affect how you see others, it affects how you see everything, including yourself, including your future. And sometimes, even me, there were moments when you wondered, can I really trust what I cannot see? Can I really believe things will work out? Can I really let go without fear of being hurt again? I understand those questions. I do not turn away from them, but I want to gently guide you into something deeper. Trust is not about having all the answers. Trust is about knowing who is with you, even when you don't. You have been trying to find certainty before you trust, but that is not how trust grows. Trust grows in steps, small steps, quiet steps, moments where you choose to believe, even when you are unsure, moments where you choose to open your heart, even if it feels vulnerable. And I know vulnerability feels uncomfortable to you, because you have been hurt before. But hear me clearly. Not every situation will repeat your past. Not every path leads to the same pain. You are not stuck in a cycle, unless you believe you are. My child, I am doing something new in your life, but to step into it, you must begin to trust again. Not blindly, not recklessly, but wisely and with me. Start here. Trust that you are being guided, even when the direction is not clear. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you, even if it feels delayed. Trust that what did not work out was not meant to stay, even if it hurt to let go. You see, trust is not just about expecting good outcomes. It is about knowing that even in difficult moments, you are still being led towards something meaningful. Nothing in your life is random. Nothing is without purpose. Even the things that broke your trust have shaped your strength. Even the moments that hurt you have deepened your understanding. Even the delays have prepared you for what is ahead. So do not let your past close your future. Do not let fear decide how far you can go. You are allowed to open your heart again. You are allowed to believe again. You are allowed to trust again. But this time, not in everything around you, but in me, within you, guiding you. And as you begin to trust again, you will notice something changing. You will feel lighter, less guarded, more open to peace, more willing to receive. Because trust creates space, and in that space, healing flows. In that space, joy returns. In that space, new beginnings become possible. Even now, I am rebuilding something within you. A quiet confidence, a steady peace, a deeper understanding that you are not alone in this journey. You do not have to control everything to feel safe. You do not have to know everything to move forward. You only need to trust, step by step, and I will meet you there every time. So take a breath again and release the fear of trusting, not all at once, but enough to take the next step. And if something in your heart is ready, even just a little, then respond. If you are choosing to trust again, type "I will trust again" in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because each message is guiding you into real transformation. Something you can apply in your daily life, not just hear, but live. There is still more I want to show you. More healing, more clarity, more strength. So continue with me. And if these words are bringing peace into your life, if you feel something shifting within you, then support this message so it can reach others who need it too. Like this video, share it with someone who may be silently struggling, and subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. And if you feel led in your heart, you can support this ministry through the link given below, helping this message continue to reach lives around the world. My child, there is something I want you to understand about your life that you may have overlooked. The pain you have been through is not meaningless. I know there were moments you questioned it. Moments you asked, "Why did this happen to me?" Moments you felt like what you went through was too much, too unfair, too heavy to carry. And perhaps you are still carrying some of it even now. But listen carefully. What you experienced did not come to destroy you. It came to shape you. You may not see it clearly yet because you are still close to it. But there is purpose hidden inside what you have been through. Not because the pain itself was good, but because I can bring good out of it. I can take what tried to break you and build something stronger within you. I can take what hurt you and turn it into wisdom. I can take what confused you and use it to bring clarity into your life. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Not your struggles, not your tears, not even the moments you wish you could erase. All of it can become part of something meaningful. But here is what you must understand. Purpose is not always found by looking forward. Sometimes it is revealed by understanding what you have already been through. Look at how you have changed. You are not the same person you once were. You have grown in ways you did not expect. You have learned things you could not have learned any other way. You have developed strength, not because life was easy, but because it was not. And that strength is not just for you. It is something that can help others. It is something that can guide you into your purpose. Because often, the very thing that caused you pain becomes the place where you can bring healing. The struggle you faced becomes the understanding you carry. The hardship you endured becomes the strength you offer. So do not look at your past only as something that hurt you. Begin to see it as something that prepared you to grow, prepared you to understand, prepared you to step into something greater than you imagined. My child, you are not walking through life without direction. Even when it feels unclear, there is purpose unfolding. Even when it feels slow, there is progress happening. Even when it feels confusing, there is alignment taking place. You are being led step by step. But sometimes, you focus so much on finding your purpose that you forget to live the moment you are in. Purpose is not always a big, clear destination. Sometimes it is found in small, daily choices. Choosing to grow. Choosing to heal. choosing to move forward even when it is difficult. These choices shape your path, and as you continue, clarity will come. You do not need to have everything figured out today. You only need to remain open. Open to learning, open to growing, open to being guided. Because I am leading you, even now, even in this moment, something is being formed within you. A deeper awareness, a stronger sense of who you are becoming, a clearer understanding that your life has meaning. You are not here by accident. You are not just existing. You have value, you have purpose, and your life is still unfolding. So do not lose hope when things feel uncertain. Do not give up when things feel slow. Do not doubt when you cannot see the full picture. Because I see it, and I am guiding you toward it. Trust the process, even when you do not fully understand it. Trust the journey, even when it feels uncomfortable. Trust that where you are is part of where you are going. And as you continue, you will begin to see it. The connections, the meaning, the purpose that was there all along. So take a breath again. And instead of asking, why did this happen? Begin to ask, what is this preparing me for? That question will begin to shift your perspective. And in that shift, you will find strength. You will find direction. You will find peace, even in the middle of uncertainty. And if something inside you is beginning to understand this, even just a little, then respond. If you believe your pain has purpose, type "My pain has purpose" in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because each part is helping you build a life of clarity, strength, and peace. Something real, something you can apply every day. There is still more ahead, more insight, more healing, more transformation. My child, I can see what has been troubling your heart lately. It is not only your past anymore. It is your future. The unknown, the uncertainty, the quiet questions that rise within you when you think about what is coming next. What if things don't work out? What if I make the wrong decision? What if I fail again? These thoughts have been visiting your mind more often than you realize. And slowly, they have been creating a sense of fear. Not loud, not always overwhelming, but present. A quiet hesitation, a subtle doubt, a feeling that makes you hold back instead of moving forward. But listen to me carefully. Your future is not something you need to fear. It is something you are being prepared for. Right now, you are trying to predict outcomes. You are trying to control what has not yet happened. You are trying to secure certainty before taking steps. But that is not how life unfolds. You cannot see everything ahead, and you were never meant to. Because if you could see everything, you would rely on sight instead of trust. So instead of showing you the entire path, I guide you one step at a time. And I ask you to trust me in each step. My child, fear grows when you focus on what if, but peace grows when you focus on what is. Right now, in this moment, you are here. You are breathing. You are moving forward, even if it feels slow, and that is enough. You do not need to solve your entire future today. You only need to take the next step. But fear tries to rush you. Fear says, figure everything out now. Fear says, you are running out of time. Fear says, if you don't get it right, everything will fall apart. But that is not my voice. I do not rush you. I do not pressure you. I lead you with peace, not panic. Because what is meant for you does not require fear to reach it. It requires trust. And I know trusting the future feels difficult for you sometimes. Because you have experienced disappointment before. You have seen plans fall apart. You have walked paths that did not lead where you expected. So now, you hesitate. You question. You hold back, just in case. But hear me clearly. Your past outcomes do not define your future possibilities. What did not work before is not proof that nothing will work now. You are not the same person you were back then. You have grown. You have learned. You have become stronger, wiser, more aware. and that changes everything. So do not approach your future with the mindset of your past. Approach it with the strength you carry now, with the understanding you have gained, with the growth that has taken place within you. Because you are not starting from zero, you are starting from experience, and I am with you in every step ahead, even when you cannot see it, even when you feel unsure, even when you hesitate. I am guiding you, closing doors that are not meant for you, opening paths you did not expect, protecting you in ways you may never fully realize. So instead of fearing what might go wrong, begin to trust what can go right. Instead of imagining failure, allow yourself to believe in possibility. Instead of holding back, take one small step forward. You do not need perfect confidence. You only need willingness. Willingness to move, willingness to try, willingness to trust, even a little more than before. And as you do, you will notice something changing within you. Fear will begin to lose its hold. Clarity will begin to grow. Confidence will begin to rise. Not because everything is certain, but because you know you are not alone. My child, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. And you are capable of that. You have already shown it more times than you realize. Every time you kept going, when things were hard, that was courage. Every time you chose not to give up, that was strength. Every time you continued, even when you were unsure, that was faith in action. So do not underestimate yourself. You are stronger than your fear. You are more prepared than you think. You are more capable than your doubts suggest. And I am with you through it all. So take a breath again and release the fear of what is ahead. Not all at once, but enough to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. Because I will meet you there every time. And if you are ready to stop fearing your future and start stepping into it with trust, then respond. Type, "I will not fear" in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because each message is helping you build a life of strength, clarity, and peace. Something real that you can apply every day. There is still more ahead, more confidence, more direction, more breakthrough. My child, I know that not everything around you feels calm right now. There are situations that feel overwhelming. There are moments that feel out of your control. There are pressures that seem to come from different directions, all at once. And in the middle of it all, your heart longs for one thing: peace. Not temporary relief, not distraction, but real, steady, unshakable peace. And I want you to know, that kind of peace is not far from you. It is not something you have to chase. It is something you can receive, even now. Because true peace does not come from everything around you being perfect. It comes from what is anchored within you. Right now, you are looking at your circumstances, trying to figure them out, trying to manage them, trying to bring everything into order. But peace does not come from controlling everything. It comes from releasing what you cannot control and trusting me in the middle of it. My child, there will always be things in life that you cannot fully understand, situations that do not make sense immediately, moments where things feel uncertain. But those moments do not have to take your peace, because your peace does not come from answers. It comes from my presence. Even now, I am with you. In the middle of your thoughts, in the middle of your concerns, in the middle of everything you are trying to carry. You are not facing this alone, but you must allow yourself to feel that truth. You must slow down enough to receive it. Because when your mind is constantly racing, when your thoughts are moving from one worry to another, it becomes difficult to experience peace, even when it is available. So pause again, right here. Take a slow breath and let your shoulders relax. You do not have to solve everything in this moment. You do not have to carry every concern at once. You can release it, even if just for now. Give yourself permission to rest. Not because everything is fixed, but because you trust that you are being held, even in the middle of it. My child, peace is a choice. Not always an easy one, but a powerful one. It is choosing not to let chaos define your inner state. It is choosing to remain grounded, even when things feel unstable. It is choosing to trust, even when answers are not clear. And I am helping you make that choice. Even now, I am calming the storm within you. Even now, I am quieting the noise in your mind. Even now, I am placing a gentle stillness in your heart. You may feel it as a small shift, a slight release of tension, a quiet sense that things will be okay even if you do not know how. That is my peace. Do not ignore it. Do not rush past it. Let it grow, because the more you allow peace to stay, the stronger it becomes, and the less control fear will have over you. But there is something you must understand. Peace does not mean problems disappear instantly. It means you are no longer shaken by them. It means you can face what is in front of you without losing yourself in it. It means you remain steady, even when things around you are not. And that kind of peace is something you can carry with you every day, into your decisions, into your relationships, into your challenges, because it is not dependent on circumstances. It is rooted within you. So when chaos rises again, return here. Return to stillness. Return to this truth, that you are not alone and you are being guided. My child, you are stronger than what you are facing, not because of your own effort alone, but because I am with you, strengthening you from within. So do not let the outside noise become louder than the peace inside you. Do not let temporary situations steal something that is meant to remain within you. You can walk through this with calm. You can move forward with clarity. You can live with peace. And it begins right now. So take another breath and allow yourself to feel it, even if just for a moment. And if you are choosing to receive peace, even in the middle of what you are facing, then respond. Type 1, receive peace in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because what you are learning here is not just for one moment. It is something you can carry into your daily life, into every situation you face. There is still more ahead, more strength, more clarity, more transformation. My child, I see how tired you have been. Not just physically, but deep within your heart. A kind of tiredness that sleep does not fix. A heaviness that stays, even when everything around you seems quiet. You have been carrying more than you let others see. You kept showing up. You kept trying. You kept moving forward, even when your energy felt low. And now, there are moments when you feel drained. Moments when even small things feel like too much. Moments when you wonder, do I have the strength to keep going? I hear that question. And I answer you now. You do not have to rely only on your own strength anymore, because I am here to renew you. My child, you were never meant to carry life on your own. You were never meant to push yourself to the point of exhaustion, just to keep everything together. You have been strong for a long time, but even strength needs renewal, and that is what I am bringing to you now. Not pressure to do more, not expectation to keep pushing, but restoration. Because true strength is not about never feeling tired. It is about knowing where to go when you are, and you can come to me, just as you are, without pretending, without trying to appear strong, without needing to have everything together. Bring me your tiredness. Bring me your heaviness. Bring me the parts of you that feel worn out, because I do not turn away from those moments. I meet you in them. Even now, I am placing a gentle rest within your spirit. Even now, I am easing the tension you have been holding inside. Even now, I am reminding you that you do not have to do everything at once. Slow down. You are allowed to rest, not as a sign of weakness, but as a step toward renewal. My child, there is a difference between giving up and resting. Giving up says, I cannot continue. Resting says, I will continue, but I need to be restored first, and I am restoring you. Little by little, moment by moment. You may not feel fully renewed yet, but something is already changing. The weight is becoming lighter. The pressure is beginning to ease. The exhaustion is starting to loosen its hold, because I am strengthening you from within, not all at once, but in a way that will last. So, do not rush yourself back into pressure. Do not expect yourself to be fully strong immediately. Allow the process. Allow the restoration. Allow yourself to breathe again. You do not have to prove anything right now. You do not have to meet every expectation at once. You only need to take care of your heart and stay connected to me. Because from that place, strength will return, energy will rise, clarity will come, and you will begin to move again, not from exhaustion, but from renewal. My child, you are not empty. You are being refilled. You are not finished. You are being refreshed. You are not at the end. You are in a moment of restoration. So do not lose hope in this tired season. Do not believe that this is all there is, because it is not. This is only a pause before strength rises again. And when it does, you will not just return to where you were. You will move forward with greater clarity, deeper peace, and stronger stability. So stay here for a moment longer. Let yourself rest without guilt. Let yourself breathe without pressure. Let yourself receive without resistance. Because I am with you, renewing you, strengthening you, preparing you for what is ahead. And if you are ready to receive this renewal, even starting now, then respond. Type 1, rest, ease, strength in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because each part is helping you rebuild your life from within, not just temporarily, but in a lasting and meaningful way. There is still more ahead, more renewal, more direction, more breakthrough. My child, there is something quietly affecting your life more than you realize. It is not always visible. It does not always speak loudly, but it influences your choices, your confidence, and how far you allow yourself to go. It is doubt. Not just doubt in situations, but doubt within yourself. Doubt that whispers, maybe I'm not capable. Maybe this won't work. Maybe I'll fail again. And over time, those thoughts begin to feel real. They begin to shape how you see your future. They begin to limit how you move forward. You start holding back. You hesitate. You question every step, even before taking it. And slowly, without noticing, you begin to shrink instead of grow. But hear me clearly today, that doubt is not your truth. It is something you learned, something formed through past experiences, moments where things did not go as expected, situations where you felt uncertain or disappointed. And now, your mind tries to protect you by expecting less, by holding back, by staying in what feels safe. But what feels safe is not always what helps you grow. My child, you were not created to live limited by doubt. You were created to move forward with faith, with courage, with belief, not because everything will always be easy, but because you are not alone in your journey. And I am with you, even in the moments you question yourself, even in the moments you feel unsure, even in the moments when doubt feels stronger than belief. I am still there, reminding you that there is more in you than you think. You have overcome things before. You have grown through challenges. You have continued, even when it was difficult. That is not weakness. That is strength. But doubt makes you forget that. It makes you focus only on what went wrong. It makes you ignore how far you have come. So today, I want you to begin shifting your focus, not toward perfection, but toward progress. Look at yourself honestly, not through the lens of fear, but through the lens of growth. You are not the same person you were before. You have learned. You have changed. You have developed strength, even if you do not fully see it yet. And that means you are more capable now than you were before. So why do you still doubt yourself? Because you are measuring your future based on your past. But your past does not define your limits. It informs your growth. My child, it is time to believe again. Not blindly, not unrealistically, but truthfully. Believe that change is possible. Believe that growth is happening. Believe that you are capable of more than you have allowed yourself to imagine. And I know, belief does not return all at once. It builds slowly, through small decisions, through small steps, through moments where you choose to move forward, even when doubt is present. You do not have to eliminate doubt completely. You only need to stop letting it lead you. Let belief guide you instead, even if it starts small, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it feels uncertain. Because the more you act from belief, the stronger it becomes, and the weaker doubt becomes. My child, your life will begin to change when you begin to believe differently. When you stop telling yourself, I can't, and start saying, I will try. When you stop expecting failure and start allowing possibility. When you stop holding back and start stepping forward. This is where transformation begins, not in big, dramatic moments, but in quiet decisions, daily choices, a shift in how you see yourself. And I am helping you make that shift. Even now, I am strengthening your confidence. Even now, I am reminding you of your worth. Even now, I am placing courage within you. So do not stay in doubt. Do not let it keep you small. Do not let it decide your future, because your future is not built on fear. It is built on faith, action, and trust. And you are capable of all three. So take a breath again and choose to believe, even if it feels small, even if it feels new, even if it feels uncertain, because that choice will begin to change everything. And if you are ready to release doubt and step into belief, then respond. Type I choose to believe in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are receiving here is meant to help you build a stronger, clearer, and more peaceful life. Something real you can apply every day. There is still more ahead, more growth, more clarity, more purpose. So continue with me. And if these words are strengthening your heart, if you feel something shifting within you, then support this message so it can reach others who need it too. Like this video, share it with someone who may be struggling silently, and subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. And if you feel led, you can support this ministry through the link given below, helping this message continue to reach lives across the world. My child, there is a version of you that is waiting to emerge, not a different person, but a truer one, a stronger one, a more peaceful, grounded, and confident version of you that is already forming beneath the surface. You may not fully see it yet, because you are still in the process, still shedding old layers, still releasing old patterns, still learning how to see yourself differently. But that does not mean it is not happening. Transformation often begins quietly, before it becomes visible, before it becomes obvious, before even you recognize it. And right now, you are in that place. You are no longer who you used to be, but you are not yet fully who you are becoming. And that space in between can feel confusing, uncertain, even uncomfortable at times, because the old ways no longer fit you, but the new ways still feel unfamiliar. So you question yourself. You wonder if you are doing something wrong. You feel like you are not there yet. But hear me clearly, you are not lost. You are evolving. This is not confusion. This is transformation. And transformation requires change. It requires letting go of what once felt normal and stepping into what feels new. Even when it is uncomfortable, even when it requires courage, even when it asks you to trust yourself in ways you haven't before. My child, the version of you that is emerging is not built on fear. It is built on truth. It is built on growth. It is built on everything you have learned and everything you are still learning. But to step into that version, you must begin to see yourself differently. Not as someone who is still stuck in the past. Not as someone who is still defined by mistakes. Not as someone who is still limited by fear. But as someone who is growing. Someone who is learning. Someone who is becoming. Because what you believe about yourself shapes how you show up in your life. If you continue to see yourself as who you were, you will continue to act from that place. But if you begin to see yourself as who you are becoming, your actions will begin to align with that. So start here. Notice how you speak to yourself. Notice the thoughts you repeat. Notice the labels you carry. Are they lifting you or limiting you? Because you cannot step into a new version of yourself while holding on to an old identity. It is time to release those old labels. I'm not good enough. I always fail. I can't change. These are not truths. They are patterns. And patterns can be replaced. So begin to replace them, not with empty words, but with grounded truth. I am growing. I am learning. I am becoming stronger. Even if it feels unfamiliar at first, even if it feels small, because this is how change begins. One thought at a time, one choice at a time, one step at a time. My child, I am not asking you to become someone else. I am guiding you to become more of who you truly are. The version of you that is not controlled by fear. The version of you that moves with clarity. The version of you that carries peace within, even when life is uncertain. And that version is already within you. You do not need to search for it. You only need to allow it to rise. By letting go of what no longer serves you. By choosing growth, even when it feels uncomfortable. By trusting the process, even when it is not clear. And I am with you in every step of that process, guiding you, strengthening you, reminding you that you are not becoming something random. You are becoming something intentional. So do not rush yourself. Do not compare your journey. Do not feel discouraged if it takes time. Because what is forming within you is meant to last. So take a breath again and step into this moment with awareness. You are changing. You are growing. You are becoming. And that is something to embrace, not fear. And if you are ready to step into the version of yourself that is growing right now, then respond. Type I am becoming in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because each part is helping you build a stronger, clearer, and more peaceful life. Something you can truly live every day. There is still more ahead, more identity, more clarity, more direction. My child, you have already come further than you realize. There are things you have started to understand, patterns you have begun to break, thoughts you are learning to question, and a new awareness that is slowly forming within you. But now you are entering an important part of your journey, consistency, because it is not what you do once that changes your life. It is what you continue to do daily, and this is where many people struggle. They begin with intention. They feel motivated. They take a few steps forward. But when things become difficult, or slow, or unclear, they stop. They fall back into old habits, old thinking, old patterns that once felt familiar. Not because they want to go backward, but because consistency requires patience. And patience is not always easy. So listen carefully. Do not go back to what you have already outgrown. Even if it feels comfortable, even if it feels familiar, even if it feels easier in the moment. Because what is familiar is not always what is right for you anymore. You have changed. You are growing. And growth requires you to move forward, even when it feels unfamiliar. My child, consistency is not about perfection. It is about commitment. There will be days when you feel strong. And there will be days when you feel tired. There will be moments when everything feels clear, and moments when things feel confusing again. But your progress does not depend on how perfect you are. It depends on whether you keep showing up, even in small ways, even in quiet ways, even when no one else sees it. Every time you choose to think differently, you are building consistency. Every time you pause instead of reacting, you are building strength. Every time you take a step forward instead of going back, you are growing. It may not feel dramatic, it may not feel immediate, but it is real, and it is working. So do not underestimate small steps. Small changes, repeated consistently, create powerful transformation over time. But there is something you must watch carefully: the pull of old patterns. Because they do not disappear instantly. They wait. They look for moments when you feel tired or overwhelmed or uncertain. And then they whisper, "Go back to what you know. Stop trying, it's too hard. This is not working fast enough." But you must recognize those voices. You must pause and choose differently. Because going back will not bring you peace. It will only bring you back to what you were trying to leave. My child, you are not starting over every day. You are continuing, even if progress feels slow, even if change feels small. You are still moving forward, and I am with you in every step of that movement. So when you feel discouraged, do not quit. When you feel tired, do not give up. When you feel uncertain, do not turn back. Just slow down if you need to, rest if you need to, but keep going, because consistency does not require speed. It requires direction, and you are moving in the right direction. Even now, you are becoming more aware, more grounded, more intentional, and that matters more than you think. So focus on today, not the entire journey, not the distant future, just today. What is one step you can take today toward growth? What is one thought you can change today toward peace? What is one action you can choose today that aligns with who you are becoming? Start there, and then repeat it tomorrow, and the next day, and the next, because this is how transformation becomes your lifestyle. Not something temporary, but something lasting. My child, I am not measuring your progress by perfection. I am walking with you through consistency, and I see every effort you make, even the ones no one else notices. They matter. They are building something within you, something steady, something strong, something that will not easily be shaken. So do not stop now. Do not go back now. You have already come too far, and there is still so much ahead of you. So take a breath again and recommit to your growth, not with pressure, not with fear, but with quiet determination and trust. And if you are choosing to stay consistent and not return to old patterns, then respond. Type "I will keep going" in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are learning here is helping you build a life that is stable, peaceful, and strong, something you can truly live every day. There is still more ahead, more discipline, more clarity, more direction. My child, life will not always feel steady. There will be moments when things shift unexpectedly, moments when situations change quickly, moments when what you thought was certain suddenly feels unclear. And in those moments, it is easy to feel shaken. Your thoughts begin to race. Your emotions begin to rise. Your sense of control begins to slip. And you wonder, how do I stay stable in all of this? Listen carefully. Stability does not come from everything around you staying the same. It comes from what remains steady within you, even when everything else changes. And that is what I am building in you now. A grounded heart, a steady mind, a deeper center that is not easily shaken. But this kind of grounding is not automatic. It is something you must learn and practice. So let me guide you. When life begins to feel unstable, pause. Do not react immediately. Do not let your emotions take control of your actions. Instead, breathe slowly, deeply, because your breath brings you back to the present moment. And in the present moment, you find clarity. My child, many of your struggles come not from what is happening, but from how quickly your mind moves ahead. You begin to imagine outcomes. You begin to assume the worst. You begin to create stories that are not yet real. And those thoughts create instability within you. So return to what is real, right now, in this moment. You are here. You are breathing. You are being guided. That is your foundation. Stay there. Do not rush ahead of yourself, because peace exists in the present, not in imagined futures. But there is something else that helps you stay grounded: your focus. What you choose to focus on determines how stable you feel. If you focus only on what is going wrong, your mind will feel overwhelmed. If you focus only on uncertainty, your heart will feel restless. But if you shift your focus, even slightly, toward what is still steady, you will begin to feel grounded again. So ask yourself, what is still stable in this moment? What is still okay even now? It may be small, but it matters. Because grounding is not about ignoring difficulty. It is about not losing yourself within it. My child, you are stronger than the moment you are facing, not because you can control everything, but because you can remain centered within it, and I am helping you do that. Even now, I am calming your inner world. Even now, I am bringing balance to your thoughts. Even now, I am reminding you that you are not at the mercy of every situation. You have the ability to return to peace, again and again. But it requires awareness. It requires practice. It requires choosing not to be pulled in every direction your thoughts try to take you. So when life feels overwhelming, simplify. Come back to basics. Breathe. Observe. Pause. You do not need to solve everything at once. You do not need to react to everything immediately. You only need to stay present and take one step with clarity. Because clarity comes when you are grounded, not when you are rushed, not when you are overwhelmed, not when you are reacting from fear. So give yourself space, give yourself time, give yourself permission to slow down, because slowing down is not falling behind. It is returning to alignment. My child, you are not fragile. You are learning how to be steady. You are learning how to stand even when things around you shift. And that is strength. Not loud strength, not visible strength, but deep, lasting strength. The kind that carries you through anything. So do not fear moments of instability. Use them to practice grounding. Use them to return to yourself. Use them to strengthen what is being built within you. And over time, you will notice something powerful. What once shook you will no longer have the same effect. What once overwhelmed you will feel manageable. What once caused panic will be met with calm, because you have learned to stay grounded. So take a breath again and return to this moment, right here, right now. You are steady, you are supported, you are not alone, and you can handle this one step at a time. And if you are choosing to stay grounded, no matter what life brings, then respond. Type 1-5. Stay grounded in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are receiving here is helping you build a life that is strong, stable, and peaceful, something you can live every day. There is still more ahead, more stability, more strength, more direction. My child, there is something you must begin to understand more deeply. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every situation needs your full attention. Not every thought needs to be entertained. Not every person deserves access to your inner peace. And yet, you have been giving your energy too freely. You have been allowing things to enter your mind, your heart, your space, without asking whether they belong there. And slowly, this has been draining you. You feel tired, not always because of what you are doing, but because of what you are carrying unnecessarily. Unnecessary worry, unnecessary comparison, unnecessary emotional weight from things you cannot control. My child, your energy is valuable. Your peace is sacred. And it is your responsibility to protect both. I am not asking you to withdraw from life. I am guiding you to engage with life wisely, with awareness, with boundaries. Because without boundaries, you will always feel overwhelmed. So let us begin here. Pay attention to what you allow into your mind, the content you consume, the conversations you entertain, the thoughts you repeat. All of these shape your inner world. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, your mind will reflect it. If you constantly compare yourself to others, your peace will be disturbed. If you constantly replay what went wrong, your heart will remain heavy. So choose carefully. You do not need to absorb everything around you. You can step back. You can pause. You can say, "This does not serve my peace." And that is not weakness. That is wisdom. My child, you are allowed to create distance from what drains you, even if it feels uncomfortable at first, even if it means changing habits, even if it means saying no when you used to say yes, because protecting your peace sometimes requires difficult choices, but those choices are necessary for your well-being. There are people who may not understand your growth. There are environments that may no longer align with who you are becoming. There are patterns that once felt normal, but now feel heavy. And that is okay. Growth often requires separation, not to isolate you, but to elevate you. So do not feel guilty for choosing peace. Do not feel wrong for protecting your energy. You are not rejecting others. You are respecting yourself. And that matters. But there is something else you must guard: your emotional responses. Because not everything requires a reaction. Not every situation needs your immediate response. Sometimes silence is strength. Sometimes stepping back is power. Sometimes choosing not to engage protects your peace more than anything else. My child, you do not have to prove yourself in every moment. You do not have to explain yourself to everyone. You do not have to carry every opinion, every expectation, every judgment. Let it go. Release what is not yours to carry and return to yourself. Return to calm. Return to clarity. Because your peace is not something to be given away easily. It is something to be maintained intentionally. Even now, I am helping you become more aware, more selective, more intentional about what you allow into your life. And this awareness will change everything. You will begin to notice what drains you. You will begin to recognize what disturbs your peace. And you will begin to choose differently, not from fear, but from wisdom, because you understand now that your inner state matters more than external noise, more than temporary situations, more than anything that tries to pull you away from your center. So protect it, guard it, value it, because the more you protect your energy, the more peace you will experience, the more clarity you will have, the more strength you will carry, and life will begin to feel lighter. Not because everything changes around you, but because you have changed within. So take a breath again and ask yourself, what deserves my energy today? What deserves my attention? What deserves my peace? And choose wisely, because you have that power. And I am guiding you in every choice you make. And if you are ready to protect your energy and guard your peace, then respond. Type 1. Protect my peace in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are learning here is helping you build a life that is calm, strong, and intentional, something you can live every single day. There is still more ahead, more clarity, more balance, more control. My child, there is something you have been holding onto very tightly: control. The need to know how everything will happen. The need to understand every outcome. The need to make sure nothing goes wrong. And while this may feel like protection, it has also been creating pressure within you. Because the truth is, you cannot control everything, and you were never meant to. Yet you try. You try to plan every detail. You try to prepare for every possibility. You try to prevent every mistake, every disappointment, every uncertainty. And when things do not go as planned, you feel frustrated, anxious, restless, because something slipped out of your control. But listen carefully. Peace does not come from controlling everything. It comes from trusting, even when you cannot. My child, control is often rooted in fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of being hurt again. Fear of things not working out. So you try to hold everything together, tightly. But the tighter you hold, the heavier it becomes, and the more drained you feel. Because control is not your role. Trust is. You are not responsible for managing every outcome. You are responsible for taking your steps with faith and allowing me to guide what you cannot see. There is so much happening beyond your awareness. Things aligning, situations shifting, paths opening and closing for your good, even when you do not understand it, even when it feels uncertain. I am working, but when you try to control everything, you block yourself from experiencing peace, because your mind is constantly trying to predict, manage, and secure outcomes, and that creates tension. So today, I am inviting you into something freeing. Surrender. Not giving up. Not becoming passive, but releasing the need to control what is not yours to carry. Surrender means you still take action. You still make choices. You still move forward, but you do so without the weight of needing to control every result. You trust that what is meant for you will unfold. You trust that what is not meant for you will not remain. You trust that even when things do not go your way, they are still working in your favor in ways you may not yet see. My child, I know this is not easy, because control feels like safety. But true safety is not found in control. It is found in trust. Trust that you are guided. Trust that you are supported. Trust that you are not alone in navigating your life. Even now, I am guiding you in your decisions, in your direction, in your growth. But you must loosen your grip to feel it. You must release the constant need to figure everything out, because not everything is meant to be figured out immediately. Some things are meant to be experienced. Some things are meant to unfold step by step. So take a breath again and imagine releasing that tight grip. Just a little. You do not have to let go of everything at once. Just enough to feel lighter. Just enough to create space for peace. Because when you release control, you gain something greater. Calm, clarity, freedom. You stop overthinking every step. You stop worrying about every outcome. You begin to move with trust instead of tension. And life begins to feel different. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer trying to carry what was never yours. My child, you are not meant to carry the future. You are meant to walk into it one step at a time, with trust, with peace, with confidence that you are being led. So let go, not in fear, but in faith, not in weakness, but in strength. Because it takes strength to trust what you cannot control, and you are capable of that. Even now, you are learning it. Even now, you are stepping into it. So release, breathe, and allow life to unfold. And if you are ready to let go of control and trust the process, then respond. Type 1, let go and trust in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are learning here is helping you build a life that is peaceful, strong, and aligned. Something you can truly live every day. There is still more ahead, more freedom, more clarity, more purpose. So continue with me. And if these words are bringing peace into your heart, if you feel lighter, if something is shifting within you, then support this message so it can reach others who need it too. Like this video, share it with someone who may be silently struggling, and subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. And if you feel led, you can support this ministry through the link given below, helping this message continue to reach lives across the world. My child, there is something I want to strengthen within you now. Confidence, not the kind that depends on constant approval, not the kind that rises only when everything is going well, but a deeper confidence that remains steady, even when things are uncertain, because I have seen how often you look for reassurance. You look for signs. You look for confirmation from others. You look for something outside of you to tell you that you are on the right path. And when you don't receive it, you begin to question yourself. You hesitate. You doubt your decisions. You wonder if you are doing something wrong. But listen carefully. You will not always receive reassurance when you want it. And that does not mean you are lost. It means you are being invited to trust yourself more deeply, to listen within, to walk with quiet confidence instead of constant validation. My child, confidence is not built by always being certain. It is built by continuing, even when you are not. It is built by making decisions and standing by them. It is built by trusting that you are capable, even if you do not have all the answers yet. You have been waiting to feel fully confident before you move. But confidence does not come before action. It grows through action. Every time you take a step, despite uncertainty, you strengthen it. Every time you choose to trust yourself, instead of doubting, you build it. Every time you move forward, without needing approval, you deepen it. So stop waiting for perfect clarity. Stop waiting for everything to feel certain, because that moment may not come the way you expect. Instead, begin where you are, with what you know, with what you feel guided to do, and take the next step, even if it feels small, even if it feels uncertain, even if it feels uncomfortable, because that is how confidence is formed. My child, you already have more awareness than you realize. You have learned. You have grown. You have developed understanding through your experiences. So trust that. Trust that you are not making decisions blindly. Trust that you are being guided, even if the path is not fully visible. And trust that you are capable of handling what comes next. You do not need constant reassurance to move forward. You only need enough trust to take the next step, and I am with you in that step, guiding you, supporting you, strengthening you from within, even when you cannot hear it clearly, even when you feel unsure. I am still there. So do not let silence make you doubt. Do not let the absence of validation make you stop. Do not let uncertainty make you shrink. Instead, stand firm, move forward, trust yourself a little more than before, because confidence grows when you stop looking outside and start building within. And yes, there will be moments when you question again, moments when you feel unsure again, moments when you wish for confirmation again. That is part of the journey. But in those moments, pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I can handle this step, not the entire future, not every outcome, just this step. Because when you focus on one step, you remove the pressure, and you create space for confidence to rise. My child, you are not fragile. You are capable. You are not lost. You are learning. You are not unprepared. You are growing into who you need to be. So walk forward with that understanding, not loudly, not forcefully, but quietly, steadily, confidently. Because true confidence does not need to prove itself. It simply moves with trust. And you are learning that now, even in this moment. So take a breath again and release the need for constant reassurance. You are allowed to trust yourself. You are allowed to move forward. You are allowed to believe that you are capable. And if you are ready to walk in confidence, even without needing constant validation, then respond. Type 1 with confidence in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are receiving here is helping you build a life that is strong, clear, and deeply rooted in peace, something you can truly live every day. There is still more ahead, more strength, more identity, more purpose. My child, I know this part is difficult for you. Waiting, not knowing when things will change, not knowing how long this season will last, not seeing results even after effort, and slowly, impatience begins to grow. You start to wonder, am I doing something wrong? Why is this taking so long? Will things ever shift for me? These questions have been quietly sitting in your heart, and I understand them. But I want you to see something clearly today. Delay is not denial. Just because something has not happened yet does not mean it will not happen. It means it is still in process. My child, everything in your life has a timing, not random timing, not accidental timing, but intentional timing. And that timing is often different from what you expect, because you see only the surface. But I see the full picture. I see what needs to align. I see what needs to be prepared. I see what needs to shift before what you are asking for can fully arrive. And sometimes that takes time, but that time is not wasted. It is working, even when you cannot see it, even when you do not feel it, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Something is happening behind the scenes, within you, around you, in ways you may not yet understand. So do not rush the process. Do not force what is not ready. Do not compare your timing to someone else's journey, because your path is not meant to look like theirs. My child, impatience often comes from focusing only on the outcome. You look at where you want to be and feel frustrated that you are not there yet. But I want you to shift your focus to where you are and what is happening now, because this moment is part of your preparation. This season is shaping you. This waiting is building something within you. Strength, patience, clarity, and these things will matter when the next step comes. If everything came quickly, without preparation, you would not be ready to sustain it. So I prepare you first, not to delay your life, but to strengthen your foundation. My child, patience is not passive. It is active trust. It is choosing to remain steady, even when progress feels slow. It is choosing to continue, even when results are not immediate. It is choosing to believe, even when you cannot yet see. And I know that is not easy. But you are capable of it. You have already been practicing it more than you realize. Every day you keep going, despite uncertainty, that is patience. Every time you choose not to give up, even when it feels slow, that is strength. Every moment you continue, even without clear results, that is trust in action. So do not think you are failing in this season. You are growing through it. You are becoming stronger because of it. You are learning something deeper that will stay with you. So take a breath again and release the pressure to rush your life. You do not need to have everything now. You do not need to be there already. You are exactly where you need to be for this moment, and this moment matters because it is preparing you for what is ahead. My child, your time is coming, not in a rushed way, not in a forced way, but in the right way, at the right moment, when everything aligns, when you are ready, when it will not just arrive, but remain. So trust that, even when it feels slow, even when it feels unclear, even when it tests your patience. Because I am not delaying you, I am preparing you, and what is being prepared will be worth the wait. So stay steady, stay grounded, stay open. Because what is ahead is already on its way. And if you are choosing to trust the timing of your life, even when it feels slow, then respond. Type 1. trust the timing and the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are receiving here is helping you build a life that is strong, patient, and deeply aligned. Something you can truly live every day. There is still more ahead. More clarity, more alignment, more fulfillment. My child, there is something happening in your life right now that you may not fully recognize. Opportunities. Not always loud, not always obvious, not always in the form you expected, but they are there. Quiet openings, subtle directions, moments that seem small but carry meaning. And sometimes you miss them, not because they are not present, but because your focus is elsewhere. You are looking for something big, something clear, something that matches exactly what you imagined. And because of that, you overlook what is already being placed in front of you. But listen carefully. Guidance does not always arrive in dramatic ways. Sometimes it comes as a quiet nudge, an idea that stays with you, a feeling that gently pulls you in a certain direction, an unexpected chance that appears at the right moment. These are not accidents. These are part of how I guide you. But you must become aware. You must slow down enough to notice. Because when your mind is constantly busy, when your attention is scattered, when you are always thinking about what is missing, you become blind to what is present. So begin here. Pay attention. Not just to what is obvious, but to what feels aligned, what feels right, even if it is small, what feels peaceful, even if it is unfamiliar. My child, not every opportunity will look perfect. Some will look simple. Some will look uncertain. Some will not match your expectations. But that does not mean they are not meant for you. You must learn to recognize alignment beyond appearance. Because what is meant for you will often feel right before it looks perfect, and I am guiding you through that feeling. Even now, there are things in your life that are gently pointing you forward, conversations that sparked something in you, ideas that keep returning to your mind, situations that opened even when you did not expect them. These are not random. These are invitations. But you must choose whether to respond, because opportunity alone does not create change. Action does. You can notice it. You can feel it. But unless you take a step, it will remain only a possibility. And I know stepping forward can feel uncertain. You may wonder, what if this is not the right choice? What if I misunderstand the direction? What if I fail? But hear me clearly, you are not expected to have perfect certainty. You are only asked to be willing, willing to explore, willing to try, willing to move, even when everything is not fully clear. Because clarity often comes after the step, not before it. My child, I am not leading you into confusion. I am guiding you into growth. And growth requires movement. So when something feels aligned, do not ignore it. Do not overthink it. Do not delay it too long. Take a step, even if it is small, even if it feels uncertain. Because that step will reveal the next one, and then the next, and slowly the path will become clearer. But you must begin. There is something else you must understand. Not every opportunity is meant for you. And that is why awareness matters. Because some things may appear attractive, but feel heavy. Some paths may seem appealing, but create inner resistance. Pay attention to that. Because I do not guide you through pressure. I guide you through peace. If something feels forced, if something feels draining, if something takes you away from your center, pause. Not everything that appears is aligned. So stay grounded, stay aware, stay connected to what feels true within you. Because that is where my guidance meets you. My child, you are not without direction. You are learning how to recognize it. You are learning how to trust it. You are learning how to follow it. And that takes time, so be patient with yourself. Do not expect perfection. Do not expect immediate clarity. Just stay open, stay willing, stay aware. because I am showing you the way, step by step, even now. So take a breath again, and open your eyes, not just physically, but inwardly. Notice what is already present. Notice what is already forming. Notice what is already calling you forward, because your next step may already be right in front of you. And if you are ready to recognize and follow the opportunities being placed in your life, then respond. Type I am ready to see in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are receiving here is helping you build a life that is aligned, purposeful, and deeply meaningful, something you can truly live every day. There is still more ahead, more clarity, more direction, more fulfillment. My child, you have come a long way, further than you give yourself credit for. You have faced things you once thought you could not handle. You have grown in ways you did not expect. You have learned lessons that have shaped you deeply, and now you are standing at a moment of decision. Not a loud moment, not a dramatic moment, but a quiet, powerful one. The kind of moment where you must choose. Will you step forward, or will you hold back? Because I can see something within you. A hesitation. A subtle pause. A part of you that is still waiting for the right time. But listen carefully. The moment you have been waiting for is not somewhere in the future. It is here, now. You may not feel fully ready. You may not feel completely confident. You may still have questions. But readiness is not what you think it is. Readiness is not having everything figured out. It is being willing to move anyway. And this is your moment to move. My child, there is something calling you forward. Something you have been thinking about. Something you have been feeling drawn toward. An idea, a change, a step. But you have been holding back. Waiting for more clarity. Waiting for more confidence. Waiting for a sign that feels undeniable. And while you wait, time continues to move. Opportunities pass quietly, and the life you are meant to step into remains just ahead of you, not because it is out of reach, but because you have not stepped into it yet. So today, I am calling you forward, not with pressure, but with truth. You are ready, enough. You are capable, enough. You are prepared, enough. Not perfectly, but sufficiently for the next step. And that is all you need. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to take the next step with courage. Because courage is not about having no fear. It is about not letting fear stop you. And I know, fear is still present. It whispers, what if this doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I regret this? But hear me clearly. What if it does work? What if this step opens something greater than you imagined? What if this is the beginning of the life you have been hoping for? You cannot discover that by staying where you are. You can only discover it by moving forward. My child, you are not meant to stay in preparation forever. You are not meant to stay in hesitation. You are not meant to stay in almost. You are meant to act, to step, to move. And as you do, I will meet you there. I will guide you. I will adjust your path if needed. I will support you in ways you cannot yet see. But you must begin, because movement activates direction. Action brings clarity, and boldness opens doors. So do not wait for perfect timing. Do not wait for perfect confidence. Do not wait for everything to feel certain, because those conditions may never fully come. Instead, choose this moment. Choose to trust what you feel drawn toward. Choose to step, even if it feels small. Choose to move, even if your voice shakes. Because every step forward builds momentum. Every action builds confidence. Every decision strengthens your path. And slowly, what once felt difficult will begin to feel natural. What once felt uncertain will begin to feel clear. What once felt impossible will begin to feel within reach. But it starts here, with this decision. My child, you are not here to stay stuck. You are here to grow, to expand, to step into something greater. And that requires boldness. Not loud boldness, not reckless boldness, but quiet, steady, intentional boldness. The kind that says, I am moving forward, even if I am unsure. I am trusting, even if I cannot see everything. I am stepping, because I know I am being guided. And you are, even now. So take a breath again, and feel this moment. This is your invitation. This is your opportunity. This is your step. Do not let it pass. And if you are ready to step forward boldly into what is meant for you, then respond. Type I step forward now in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay with this journey until the end, because everything you are receiving here is leading you into a life that is purposeful, aligned, and deeply fulfilling. Something you are meant to live fully. There is one more step ahead, one final message to anchor everything within you. My child, you are not the same person who started this journey. Something has shifted within you, maybe quietly, maybe gently, maybe in ways you cannot fully explain yet, but it is real. You have seen your thoughts more clearly. You have understood your patterns more deeply. You have felt moments of peace where there was once heaviness, and now you stand at a new beginning, not because everything around you has changed instantly, but because something within you has, and that is where real change begins. My child, this is not the end of something. This is the beginning of a new way of living, a new way of thinking, a new way of responding, a new way of walking through your life with awareness, with peace, with strength. You are no longer reacting the same way. You are no longer thinking the same way. You are no longer seeing yourself the same way. And that matters more than anything, because your life changes when you change from within. Everything you have received in this journey was not meant to stay as words. It was meant to become your way of living. So now, I want you to carry this forward into your daily life, into your decisions, into your quiet moments, and your difficult ones. When fear appears, remember what you have learned. When doubt returns, recognize it and choose differently. When life feels overwhelming, return to your breath and your grounding. When uncertainty rises, trust the process instead of resisting it. When you feel tired, allow yourself to rest and be renewed. When opportunities appear, be willing to step forward. And when your path feels unclear, remember, you are still being guided. My child, this is how transformation becomes real, not in one moment, but in daily practice, in small choices, in consistent awareness. You do not need to do everything perfectly. You only need to stay conscious, stay connected, stay willing to grow, because growth is not something you achieve once. It is something you live. And you are now stepping into that life, a life where you are not controlled by fear, a life where you are not overwhelmed by your thoughts, a life where you move with clarity instead of confusion, a life where you trust instead of constantly doubting. This is your new beginning. And I am with you in every step of it, not just in these moments, but in your daily life, in your decisions, in your quiet thoughts, in your progress, and even in your setbacks, because you will still have moments where you feel challenged, moments where old thoughts try to return, moments where things feel uncertain again. But now you are different. Now you are aware. Now you know how to return to peace. Now you know how to choose differently, and that changes everything. So do not fear those moments. Use them to strengthen what you have built, to deepen your understanding, to remind yourself how far you have come. My child, you are not going back. You are moving forward, even if it feels slow, even if it feels small. You are still moving, and I am walking with you every step. So take one more breath and feel this moment fully. You are here. You are present. You are ready for what comes next, not because everything is perfect, but because you are prepared from within. So walk forward now, with peace in your heart, with clarity in your mind, with strength in your spirit, and trust that you are being guided into a life that is meant for you. And if you are ready to fully step into this new beginning, then respond. Type I am ready for my new life in the comments. Let that be your declaration today. Stay connected to this message. Return to it when you need strength, when you need clarity, when you need peace. And if these words have truly touched your heart, if they have helped you, even in a small way, then support this message so it can reach someone else who needs it. Like this video, share it with someone who may be silently struggling, and subscribe so you continue receiving what you need on your journey. And if you feel moved in your heart, you can support this ministry through the link given below, helping this message continue to reach lives around the world. My child, this is not the end. This is your beginning. Now go forward and live it.